This is the Tarot de Ozarks, Auxarc. I saw someone talking about this, and it's sort of a self-published deck, but it's through a print company. So the one thing is you don't get a box with it, but I was pretty impressed with it. The back's not reversible. It's pretty standard cardstock. Nothing too fancy, but it seems like it's cut well, and the edges are rounded. And I mean, it would be nice if it was published with a nice book and a nice box. So I ended up making a bag for it. I had some hand-dyed silk, and so I sewed a nice drawstring bag to keep it in, which is really nice, just to keep it. And I used this is actually sort of a grass, a woven grass pull, and I did it very quickly, and I like silk. Silk's nice to work with. This cloth that I did, I hemmed the cloth, and this is a brown silk dupioni. It's kind of scratchy. It's very smooth and shiny, though, and I really like silk dupionis. This also is a dupioni. Sort of has slubs in it, but it's very nice to work with. And this, it feels almost like paper. It's very kind of stiff, whereas this one is a little more rustic feeling. Thai silk is also very nice. There's a lot of times you find striped curtains and they're silk, but they're Thai silk, and it's a very nice, very cool feeling silk, just like this. It's very cool to your skin to touch. So, this is the back. It's not reversible. Nothing. It's not terribly remarkable. But on the back it says Tarot de Ozarks, LaPage, 2017. So this is the tarot. I like it because it's loose, it's colorful, different, and it looks like time was taken to really, a thoughtful way. And they're in French, from what you can tell. This one does not say le mat, it says le foil, Foiel. Here we have a depiction of the dog. No real knapsack, looking this way. Cane, sort of some trees in the background, but very loose, just a few strokes. It's very gestural. Le Beteleux. Very loose. I think this is watercolor. I haven't read too much of about this deck. I wanted it to be a mystery, sort of something you encounter and you make your own conclusions, because it's an independently published deck. Of course, it's not it's not like it's limited edition. I think it's printed on demand, maybe. Papes, a dark card, the book open. Imperatrice. Look, I love this card. It looks very Basquiat, especially with the crown. But neat. L'Empereur. I love the faces. The colors. I like the different colors. Like each card has its own palette, its own style. It's very it does not relate to the other. Le Pape. Here we have the papal crown, and that, and the monks. The columns, just broken down to its basic. And these color blocks, we got the blues that remind me of a Marseille deck. Lamoureux. I love how muddy this is. It's a muddy card. We have a smushed face here with the Cupid. Le Chart. The cart. We have these most comical looking. We have the bulls, cows, hippos, scepter staring right at you, the canopy. Force. You can barely read force here. I think that is so cool. You can barely read it. You see the hat looking down, opening, covering, opening the jaw, covering the eye. Claws. Just with a few brush strokes. And that blue is so nice. Hermet. Rove de Fortune. These are very pop art, but they do remind me of Esquiat. Just. Symmetrical card, the crown, sword. LaPage. The death card is not named. It is numbered, whereas the others do not have numbers. This one is called the 13th card. And we have this sort of Day of the Dead, reaping, birds in the back. Temperance, written in a very fancy script, almost like a Dali. Le Diable. Ooh. The face in the stomach, tongue as genitals, huge breasts, hand raised, the enchained, the enslaved. Ooh. One word for this card is dynamic. When I was in art classes, the teacher would come up and he would say, the professor, he'd say, wow, make it more dynamic, make some edges, make it pop off the paper. And this definitely does. Here we just have one figure falling, haven't quite hit the ground yet, but we have this zigzag of like lightning just striking with like embers and the dots just exploding. Étoile, the star. No funny little bird, but we do have a butterfly. Oh, the moon. La lune. Beautiful working of this card. I think this is my favorite because I am partial to the moon card. I have this lovely moon, and this is great. This card inspires me to want to do a moon card myself, just to do a moon card. We have the crayfish, we have the two dogs, we have the two towers, we have the drops in the moon, we have the water banging at the moon. And I love how there's no border on these cards. I don't really like borders on cards. I like the artwork to extend to the edge. Borders, it feels like it's being trimmed. But look how beautiful it's all the colors. It's so pretty. But yeah, this definitely inspires me to do my own moon card, just to try it, just to have fun with it. The soul. We have the wall, the two children, the happy sun. Judgment. Three figures. Gabriel with the trumpet. Le Mans. I love this green. The blue, that sky blue. Here we have, we're going into cups. Ace. 2, and these are depicted in Roman numerals. 3, very Marseille. 4, I love the pink. This reminds me of like 60s or 50s bathrooms. This pink, this Pepto-Bismol pink. You know, appliances were this pink. Wallpaper was this pink. It was just everywhere. Five, 6. We have like a little bit of it. Reminds me of fall with snow, little white dots. You see how different these cards are? Each one is so different. And that's what really attracted me to getting this deck. And I think the company's called Printmakers. If you look for Tarot de Ozarks, you can just order it. It just comes. It came very quickly. Eight, 9. Wow, look at that. These look like mushrooms in the forest with daisies. 10. Typical Marseille, but we got stars. And the cup there. Valet. Can't read that. Oh. Cheval de coupe. I like how the words, these letters are thrown there. It's like, here, you'll know what this means. Queen. I mean, the reds, the shading. The king, the cup. He's sort of almost like he's hiding it, like he's coveting it. It's a huge cup. And those are the green boots. He looks like a sassy king. Those are Prada boots. That's a Gucci scarf around his neck. He's fancy. Then we have batons, or, let's see, these are called staves. I can't read. Batons. Ooh, fancy, just like the Marseille with these. Really nice. Beautiful. Looks like a magnolia almost in the middle. Beautiful green, stark background, but yet these delicate lines, just curlies. Again, the colors. We have this lovely ochre. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's kind of muddied. 10, darker. There's the page, valet. His little butt. Look at this horse. That is so pretty. Looks like he's facing backwards on the horse. Queen. The king. He looks like a rugged guy. He's wearing browns and reds. He has a fancy hat, but not too much. He's sitting on his like wooden throne. And discs. These are called denier. Such a pretty card. Seems very feminine. And here, this is nice. 2017 Tarot de Ozarks and LaPage. There. I love how she identified her deck. Oh, look at this. It's so pretty. I love reds and blues together, sort of tomato red. We got an L there. Oh. Oh, this is a very simple card. That blue is there. Oh, wow. Look at that card. These roses there, the fruit. Nine. 10. A very different artwork on this card. Ooh, we're getting into some blues and purples now. Valet. The Knight. Queen. Ooh, the King. Look at that lovely blue around him. The rustic red. Look at the face, very dignified. Sort of a Napoleon hat. And now we're into swords. So this is the order in which the deck came. I haven't shuffled it at all or mixed the suits up. Nice sword, very Marseille. Very Marseille with the curved sort of scimitar. Wow, look at that. Beautiful card. Ooh, again. I love the negative, the use of negative and positive on this. Again, beautiful card. Just the colors are so vibrant. They're used so well. And here we have even a more delicate use of them. Dark. One of the probably the darkest card of the deck. But yet we have this glowing ember in the middle. Ooh. Well, almost. This is a pretty dark card, as it should be. The 9 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. Oof. Very dark. Very abstract, too. It became looser. You can hardly tell these are swords. Here we have the Valet d'Esprit. Swords. You can't even read that down there. I mean, it's just like you can see in this one the sword is ready for battle. Queen. This one very much looks like a Basquiat. Or Francis Bacon. And here's Fancy Pants King. Dark sword. Well, that is the Tarot de Ozarks. Wow. The artwork is inspiring and wonderful, and it's really hard to, as an art, sort of an art deck, it is, wow. It's good. Marseille, which can be difficult to read, but wow, is it worth just the beauty of the deck. And I'll just put it in my pouch. One of the new things I got, which I thought I would share, is this little pouch. And I've never really been into runes, but I've read some stuff about runes, and I thought, I want my own set. So I looked on eBay, and I was looking to see, what runes could be, what could they be made of, and I chose my favorite stone. So I got a set of carnelian runes. So they're carnelian, and it's all the runes, and it included one blank one, which is right here. But they're highly polished, and they are engraved, and they're sort of a, it's not gold leaf, it's just sort of a gold paint that's in there. But yeah, I got these and I was so excited. They're so pretty. Very shiny. And I thought at some point I'd learn them or play with them and just see what I can do. But I am partial to carnelian. It's a very soothing, very, very nice, easy on the eye stone. And I love how it changes color with the light, you know, that lets some light through. I was also thinking about lapis, but most lapis, people say it's lapis, but it's really poor quality lapis, or even it's sodalite. Real lapis is kind of pricey and expensive, and you know, the darker the blue, the more expensive, and you want the pyrite flecks. But carnelian, this was a set. I didn't pay too much for it, but I was looking for engraved instead of like painted on, and I wanted real stones, so that's what I looked for. So I thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, thanks for watching.